For tens of thousands of years, all of mankind has looked up at the stars and longed to slip the blue bonds of Earth and soar off into the heavens. But who is the true hero of man's quest into space? Is it the leaders who chart our course upwards? Is it the visionary scientists who build our incredible flying machines? Is it the fearless interstellar cowboys who strap themselves to millions of tons of TNT? Is it George Clooney? No. The real heroes of man's intergalactic odyssey are the safety program managers. The men and women who every day tax their talents in the service of rules and restrictions, protocols and actuary tables, ratios and return to work rates. Because without the safety people, 3, 2, 1 would add up to 0. Without the safety people, well...
Houston, we have a problem.
Oh, yes, you do. But tonight, Albany's got the solution. So join us as we journey beyond our world and into our wildest dreams. Join us as we at PERMA journey to the stars safely.
PERMA, this is Houston. We're detecting a new sequence at 344.51. Please investigate.
On it, Houston.
Hamilton County is big. It's almost the size of Delaware. Yet Hamilton County is small. With fewer than 5,000 residents, it is the least populous county in all of New York and the least densely populated county east of the Mississippi. And with only about 150 employees across this sprawling landscape, the county needs to be flexible to find ways to promote the safety and well-being of everyone. And it's not just their own employees they're helping. They make sure that the employees of the 9 towns and 1 village in Hamilton County also get the training and resources they need to keep everyone safe.
Your safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, first aid kit.
When you live in a county that's so spread out, getting everyone on the same page, practicing the same safety protocols, is challenging, to say the least. But Hamilton County rises to that challenge by harnessing 2 key characteristics of its people: their commitment to hard work and their love of coming together whenever possible.
On October 31st, 2019, the county received over 6 inches of rain in a very short period of time. It caused a lot of road damage. We lost 2 bridges. Because the county is so large, we have 3 highway locations. One is in Long Lake, one in Indian Lake, and one in Lake Pleasant. And today, they're all working here.
Yeah, we're paving County Route 16, Gilmantown Road, in the town of Wells. Obviously, the normal PPE when you're outside the vehicles, traffic control, radios. Typically a year, we pave around 6 to 8 miles.
Hamilton County has made it their business to ensure that everyone has the training and resources they need to stay safe. They know that the people in their county take pride in showing up and working hard. No one wants to be out of work due to an injury. So the county makes sure that all of their and their towns and villages' employees complete every state and federally regulated training each year. And to give more focus to individual employees, the Safety Committee conducts each training by department. This way, all employees understand the importance and relevance of the training they receive to the specific job each of them perform. But they also find creative ways to promote health and safety. Every year, the Hamilton County Safety Committee organizes a health fair. The fair attracts people from around the county to showcase topics about health and well-being. And when you live in a county as spread out as Hamilton, you jump at the chance to get together with folks in your wider community. The results speak for themselves. Even as Hamilton County has consistently held some of the best loss ratios throughout PERMA, over the past years, they have reduced these even more, alongside their low claim frequency. Of course, this year is different. Trainings are being done on the internet, thanks in part to help from PERMA. And the health fair may not happen. But the Hamilton County Safety Committee continues to find creative ways to take care of their people and give them the information and resources they need to stay safe. Because although Hamilton County may be big, it's the small things that make the difference.
To be the best of the best, you have to be able to think on your feet. Because even in zero gravity, people still find a way to slip and fall. I mean, this makes no sense. There's no gravity and they're still tripping over space rocks? I would not want to be the one doing the employee injury reporting at NASA. You know who would make an excellent astronaut? Cindy Dady. Because when it comes to slips and falls and everything else that makes a workplace safe, she's one giant leap ahead.
They call her Safety Cindy, and while it's true that she has an uncanny ability to notice workplace hazards, when it comes to promoting a culture of safety for 3,000 employees and over 750,000 guests, her greatest gift is her ability to build relationships. Some people may think that a safety program manager comes along to tell you what you can't do, what you shouldn't be doing, what you're doing wrong. But Cindy Dady has built a positive culture around safety with the Olympic Regional Development Authority by basing it on caring rather than restriction. Cindy will stop what she's doing to thank people for following safety protocols. She personally delivers the annual safety meeting, as well as other trainings to all of ORDA's employees. She continually asks employees how things can be done better, and then she listens to what they have to say. She empowers them to notice risks and offer solutions, and because of that, they come to her. They tell her what they need because they know she will respond with ideas.
We have at full operation probably close to 500 employees, so we have to look out for every one of them.
Whether it's finding the right shoe covering or remembering a device used at a different resort that could help prevent miscommunications at key moments, Cindy brings in everyone involved to facilitate dialogue and find the right solution for the unique challenges that come up. And this was exactly the kind of safety program manager needed when COVID hit. At a time of heightened needs and shrinking revenues, Cindy has found that drawing on her talents for being nimble, innovative, and collaborative was the key to keeping her people safe. Cindy reached out to PERMA and enlisted us as a partner in helping her solve the problem of how to get her employees the masks they would need when they came back to work. Rejecting an option to spend over $400,000 for disposable masks, she found a way to acquire 3 2-ply cotton reusable masks for every employee at ORDA, and for about 5% of the cost. She was then able to work with her contacts at PERMA to make purchases and find the funding. It's this dedication to the details and finding pathways to solutions that sets Cindy Dady apart. And we're not the only ones who think so. In May, she was recognized by the National Ski Areas Association as Safety Champion for the ski industry. And one of the venues she oversees was named Best Overall Safety Program by the National Ski Areas Association. By working with people to identify the roots of issues and find customized solutions, Cindy Dady has earned her nickname, Safety Cindy, and she's proud of it because it means that everyone knows she's looking out for them.
Everything that I do is about a team. It isn't just one person. So, I cherish this award, but it's really all of our venues that made this happen.
Make no mistake, mankind is headed to Mars, the red planet. But once we get there, what will our first colony look like? The first brave pioneers will need to find food, water, and shelter. But more than anything, the first fearless souls who set foot on Mars will need to reinvent the notion of safety for a whole new planet. They'll need to blaze a path with new and ever more safe ways of living. What will that look like? It will look like the town of Vestal, New York.
Sometimes, how we talk about safety can get complicated. Rules and protocols, ratios, rates, and actuary tables, guidelines and restrictions. But at the end of the day, promoting safety is actually pretty simple because it's really just about people. The town of Vestal understands that, and by leading with a commitment to keep everyone safe and creating a culture that empowers their employees to look out for everyone's well-being. They are this year's winner of the PERMA Kenneth Herman Sr. Memorial Achievement Award. It begins with a team, with a common awareness that no one wants to get hurt. And it's put into practice through everyday, simple conversations that let their employees know that the town of Vestal wants to do what it takes to make sure everyone goes home safe every night. By doing this, their employees help to take the lead in promoting safety. They report where improvements can be made, when certain practices are risky, how things could be done better. And the town of Vestal listens and values their input. By creating a culture of safety awareness, it's easy to get their employees to participate in ongoing trainings, because their employees understand that it's not about forcing them to do something or telling them what they can't do. It's about giving them the tools to make sure they're okay.
Due to the COVID pandemic, we have installed a Ring doorbell out front, and I have this monitor here that allows me to talk to the residents when they ring the bell, and I can resolve any issues that they have via the monitor and ensure that they're protecting themselves and us.
We're doing a total reconstruction of this road. We had a short safety meeting. I told my guys what they're doing. I gave their assignments out, and I gave them all the PPE they needed. We're working with a small paver that's allowed, so we're going to have ear protection on. Hard hats are required at all times, and we're in traffic, so we got our reflective vests on. So the asphalt is hot. Make sure you have gloves on, long sleeves, and there is a ledge that we're working near. Be cautious of your footing.
So, what we see here at PERMA is a town fully engaged with being a PERMA member. We see them taking advantage of 63% of services we offer and attending all of our regional meetings in 2019. The town of Vestal has a designated safety coordinator, Nancy Olmstead, and she has successfully completed and passed both basic and advanced safety coordinator courses. And in 2018, 3 other employees also completed the basic safety training. They have created a standard transitional duty program and completed a slew of courses throughout the PERMA Safety Institute. These include education about basic safe practices, such as preventing slips, trips, and falls, using fire extinguishers, and evacuation procedures, as well as courses on how to make sure the workplace feels safe for everyone, by learning how to prevent sexual harassment and workplace bullying. That's what we see. We see the town of Vestal doing a lot. But what the town of Vestal sees is their people staying safe and going home to their families at the end of every workday. For them, it's that simple.
Space. It isn't just the final frontier. It's the unsafest frontier. I mean, just look at asteroids. They're 300 miles wide and flying in every direction at 85,000 miles per hour. And we all know how that works out. We need someone who can tighten up our galaxy's asteroid belts and bring a little sanity to these crazy space boulders. We need someone who can paint asteroids bright yellow for visibility. Someone who can create asteroid safety lanes and develop an intergalactic community action plan. The universe needs a group of space safety cowboys. The universe needs someone like the Canastillo Village Police.
When Kyle Amadon moved back to his hometown to help lead the local police department, he brought more than happy memories of growing up in a tight-knit community. He also carried with him leadership experience, innovative ideas, and a drive to make sure Canastillo has everything it needs to be safe. Chief Amadon took charge of the Canastillo Village Police Department over 7 years ago, after learning the ropes of police work and leadership in a larger neighboring department. When he came home to Canastillo, he found a department with just 1 vehicle, only 2 officers, and no established policies or procedures. Serving a village of about 2,300 residents, Chief Amadon wanted to make sure everyone felt secure and prepared for whatever may happen. So he got to work. But he didn't do it alone. He had great assistance from his officers within the department, along with support and help from members of other surrounding agencies. When it comes to promoting safety, Chief Amadon knows that there are 2 elements essential to building a culture of security and well-being: community and education. As he built the Canisteo Village Police Department almost from the ground up, Chief Amadon worked with the people and business owners of the village every step of the way to make sure the growing department fit the unique needs of his community. He began by reaching out and listening to people's needs and concerns. More than this, Chief Amadon directly involved the village's residents, offering programs such as active shooter trainings to prepare people for the unthinkable, as well as bike safety classes and free helmets for children.
The first one that got a helmet was Navarre.
Why, thank you.
Yes, so Dahlia gets a helmet too. There is a smile under there. All right.
And basically, we're just trying to bring parents more aware of today's drug trends, where parents can come look at a mock bedroom setup and basically try to identify where kids would hide certain things.
Inside his department, training is key and constant. Chief Amadon has built short, frequent trainings into his officers' monthly schedules. He has infused learning and relearning critical safety skills and new techniques into his department's culture. But one of his biggest challenges has been creating, from scratch, a set of explicit policies and procedures for his department. With the help from a grant from PERMA, Chief Amadon contracted with Lexipol to develop official department policies to establish clear expectations, guidelines, and practices for all of their officers. Having this in place better protects the department and the community of Canisteo.
We take a little bit of the alleged cocaine and put it into a test packet. If it tests positive for cocaine, it'll be pink over blue. And once that's done, we fill out our field test results. And then this goes into our chain of custody for pre-evidence and then into evidence for an evidence tech to sign off on.
It's been a 3-year process to get our policies and procedures to where they are today, but having those in place is definitely a huge liability and safety measure for our department and for our municipality.
For Kyle Amadon, that's what it's all about, the protection and safety of everyone. Now Chief Amadon's department is better prepared than ever to serve its community, with 9 officers, a police canine, 5 vehicles, specialized units, and upgraded equipment. The Canisteo Village Police Department has what it takes to keep the residents and businesses of this tight-knit village safe.
With trillions of planets orbiting billions of stars in millions of galaxies, does anyone really believe we're alone out there? Oh no. When we first encounter another life form, they're going to want to know a lot about us. They're going to want to know about the important stuff, our advanced safety technology, our actuary tables, and our back-to-work metrics. So when they meet us, they're not going to say, "Take me to your leader." No, they're going to want the real experts. When we first encounter aliens, they're going to say, "Take me to the Coventry Volunteer Fire Company."
Firefighters. Everybody loves firefighters. Fearlessly dashing into burning buildings to save people. So exciting, so dangerous. Or not, because the best firefighters are the ones who constantly think about safety. The Coventry Volunteer Fire Company invests deeply in safety. It's more than just spending money, which they do. They invest 10% of their annual budget in safety equipment, safety initiatives, and injury risk reduction activities. It's also an investment of time, communication, and near constant attention. The Coventry Fire Company encourages all of its firefighters to share ideas about how they can make their facilities, equipment, and practices safer. On top of this, they build focused collaboration and brainstorming about safety into their leadership structure, with a safety committee that meets monthly to discuss ways of reducing injury and health risks for their department. From installing LED lights throughout the firehouse for reliable lighting, to upgrading their driveway and restructuring its drainage to keep dirt and contaminants out of the firehouse, to finding the best equipment to prevent back injuries when lifting. They are continually finding ways to ensure everyone's safety. They also understand that safety is more than just preventing injuries. It is also about making sure everyone stays healthy. And when your job exposes you to dangerous particulates and contaminants, staying clean is vital. So after each fire, their firefighters remove all gear, place it in a separate cabinet on the truck, and get hosed down at the fire site. They have also recently purchased, thanks to help from PERMA, a special dryer for their gear so that after washing it, the gear can be dried and ready to use again within a day. This is a game changer when one set of gear costs between $5,000 and $7,000. And recently, in response to the need to sterilize the inside of vehicles to minimize COVID exposure, they collaborated with fire departments throughout the region to develop a way to aerosolize a peroxide solution in the cab to more effectively and efficiently sanitize their vehicles.
PERMA made it possible for us to be able to continue to take care of our equipment, but also continue to keep everybody safe. It made our jobs way easier.
Of course, the Coventry Fire Company also prioritizes training, and lots of it. They understand that they don't want their firefighters to be rusty when a real emergency happens, so they make sure that everyone stays up to date on all safety and certification courses, such as proper moving, lifting, and carrying of patients and/or victims, as well as emergency vehicle operations. And they do some trainings that are pretty cool too, like practicing car extractions. So, as it turns out, for the Coventry Volunteer Fire Company, constantly thinking about safety can be pretty exciting after all.
This isn't the end of an award show. This is only the beginning. The beginning of a journey to the farthest reaches of safety. From this night forward, we're going to explore whole new worlds of training and discover exciting new galaxies of community engagement. So buckle up, then double check your buckle. Then triple check it, because starting tonight, we're climbing a properly secured ladder past mankind's wildest dreams. Starting tonight, we're going to the stars safely.